EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Indianapolis Colts. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Play action now. Brissett. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play on the catch and run covering 34 yards.
At the 41-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's goal.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Mack, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Brissett. He completes this one to Mack. That catch good for only a couple. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That's a
quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. from the gun. Here's Brissett. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Well, that holding call set them up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there for Indy. 44 yards.
Goal at the 7-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, check. Check 42's the mic. Check 42's the mic.
They'll run here with Mack. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it'll be Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
The Cowboy ball carrier.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
2nd and 9 now. Forced out to his... And oh, he coughed it up! And the Colts pick it up. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Cowboys nothing.
2nd down at 7. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
At the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Check. Check. Mike 42. So we got man.
Throwing. Brissett. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
It's the score, Colts 17. Cowboys nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosazan to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
gun now on third down. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Back at the 26-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Out of the gun, Brissett. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. That catch good for only a couple.
Goal at the Cowboys' 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Let's go, D. Mike 42.
That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
A 3-yard loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Hey, kill. Mike's 4-2,
Brissett again. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Touchdown.
Zach Pascal, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Colts 24. Cowboys nothing. Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple.
He was certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 38. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
Fourth down.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. From the 30 on 2nd down, Brissett. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, Brissett. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And some room to maneuver. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
First down, Cowboys.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards.
And a Cowboy first down.
Here we go. Sack. Cowboy 80. You got 79 Bronco.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
70 Lions.
On second down, it's Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Go 3 down. 70.
Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
2 yards on the play. First down, Dallas.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Tight end right. We got 3. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 31-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
Good.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Brissett letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
The Cowboy ball
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for the Cowboys. 45 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to fit.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll set up a throw. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? The quick slant caught, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end. Zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He dumps this off to Madden. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
At the 5-yard line.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll go again here with Mack. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Looking to run with Mack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
Set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
2-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. 10th carry now for Elliott. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead.
The kick is good.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Brissett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Sheds off the tackle. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their... And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Dallas.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Preston Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
His kick is
and he knocks it through.
Makes the score Colts 38, Cowboys 24.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Here's Brissett. Now he's going to let it go deep. Right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
They'll run on first down. Mack, he'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Staying on the ground with Mack. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Third and short yardage, Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
To kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man. And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check the backer, check the backer. Check hot route. Hot. Shoot.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. He will push his way down to about the 14. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
7.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Out of the gun, Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
On the keeper. Thrown to the sideline.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
Rosas on for the field goal. A 31-yard.
Rosas' kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this carries into the end zone.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Isaiah Rodgers. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.